Is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. This is, of course, our 4th edition campaign, The Expedition of the Damned. I, of course, will be your GM for the night. We are joined by the full cast of the expedition. If you guys care to briefly introduce yourself and your characters, we will get into the game. Let's start with the one and only Pierce Galactic.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? I'm also 4th edition, Empire's here. I'll be playing, as usual, Wolfram Kistler, a starting to think not very bright, way up in the front, often gets his ass kicked handgunner. Maybe he should just try to shoot things for a while. But yeah, just a tall, lanky lad, the old man of the group, if we don't count Nog. And might have a little something evil inside, or at least a little sickness of some sort. Sickness of the soul, can we say that perhaps?
Sure.
Little corruption. Yeah.
Little something evil inside, like it. Then how about we move on down to Nate?
Hello everyone, Nate. I'll be wielding a rapier and still on the mend from nick to my artery in my chest area. Still on the lookout for a surgeon of some kind here in Lashik.
A surgeon of some kind. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. We're going to get into that. All right. Then how about, we move on to Dude 209.
Oh, hello. I played a 5'10", 16-year-old squire named Henry Berthold, who was attractive, has whitish, grayish hair, pushed back, piercing blue eyes, and Henry has a 40 strength now. He has been pumping the weights, pumping the iron. The past 4 or 5 days this campaign has been going on. he's getting his pump in.
Perhaps he was already this strong, and he's just been getting it back. He's been slowly coming back from
that syringe plunger.
Yeah, exactly. Then let's scoot on over to the lovable Double D, Dan Decker.
Hey everybody, as noted, Dan Decker here playing Nog Throat Ripper, an ogre in the party, who, if you've seen that movie about the wizard boy, it looks a lot like the troll who shows up in the bathroom. He's 10 foot tall, he's got a big belly, wears a gut plate, carries a big old scimitar now, got a big scimitar. Currently, along with Nate's character there, I need to get to a doctor as well. My arm is broken, but I've got a chain that I used to be bound by, and I'm gonna get the person to bind my broken arm with that chain and just make it look cool,
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So,
well, last but not least, Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer, a apprentice pyromancer. He is a young man, 17 years old. This is his first expedition outside the Empire. He's an apprentice to a Mistress Reyna. And he had a little bit of a magical explosion as last we left him. Some whispers were given to him, a great power found within himself, and he proceeded to use the spell Fate of Buna to destroy some of the enemies of the party. He hasn't processed it completely, so he's still not sure exactly what happened, but he's ready to see the Pit of Blades and what it all has to offer.
Indeed. So, with that, let's pick up where we left off. So, last we left off, our band having survived the unforgiving roads of Araby after their expedition came to a abrupt a bump in the road, one might say, as they had all but been assailed by raiders along the shores of the what you now know to be the northern section of Araby during a colossal storm that came out of nowhere. The expedition broken and fractured in this massive hazard. Along this road, you've encountered slavers, raiders, hazardous wildlife, and finally, at the end of this trek, as you have pulled together some semblance of resources and guides as you could get them, making a few hard choices along the way. A contingent of what appeared to be beggars, these destitute-looking individuals on the road outside of Lashik that apparently were, in fact, some kind of mutants twisted with the warping influence of chaos and change. You fought back these creatures, some of you paying a heavy toll, others having to expend parts of their soul to hold back the tide. However, you were able to see the day relatively without taking any heavy casualties. I believe you lost, I don't even know if you lost a single one of the, you might have, I don't remember.
We did. We lost a couple guards.
Yeah, you lost 2 guards. I think that's what it was. There was 2 guards. However, the rest of them made it. You did, in fact, make your way to the city of Corsairs, Lashik. There was a bit of a back and forth at the wall to get into the city proper, as it became apparent that bartering and trade is going to be very important within this this culture that you are now find yourselves in. You moved through the city's streets, seeing a vast amounts of poverty and wealth, the smell of spices, food, people talking, conversing. It was later in the day when you arrived, and the sun had not quite set yet. The moons were not out presently. But you got some bearings and decided to take your de facto caravan to the docks. As you were pointed in that direction, telling you that that might be the best place for you to unload one of the carts that was housing a fair amount of corpses that you had picked up along your journey. Originally food for Nog, but now a bit of a thorn in your side. In addition, you do have a large white serpent in a very well-constructed wagon, barred off, and you do have it currently obscured with like a heavy cloak setup. How long it will stay so, we will see. As of now, you had made your way to the actual docks to possibly find a place to sell this creature. You came across a dockmaster whom we had shared a few words with, and then pointed you in the direction of the Pit of Blades, a place that you had walked by previously that had people looking almost enraptured, but also somewhat dismayed coming in and out of its large corridor. It appears to be a massive structure made out of wood, and appears to possibly at one point been an old dry dock that has since been repurposed for a different type of entertainment for the masses here in the docks. If you will remember, the city is split mostly between a large seawall that is towards the middle of the city. You have the docks and most of the more than likely poorer class of individual below the wall, with the much more of the palaces and possibly the nobility and wealthier merchants living above the seawall. You currently have not made it there. But when we left off, You had all but you didn't necessarily upset the dockmaster, but you did not make friends, one might say. But you had been moving towards the Pit of Blades when none of the party knows this, but somebody or something was following you away from the docks as you passed away. We are currently going to pick up right there as you guys are moving in the direction of the Pit of Blades. So it is just a quick refresher. This is like an infamous fighting pit, essentially, within this dock area of Lashik. It is headed by a few interesting individuals that you have not found out too much yet. But that doesn't necessarily mean that this has to be your current destination. You guys are free to go as you will, but that's where we were heading to as we ended last episode. I know it's been a couple weeks, so what would you guys like to do?
So do you plan here is to steal these bodies, or?
Oh, do you think they might have a surgeon for our comrades there? I mean, look at the ogre. His arm is... I mean, he's green all the time, but it's even more green.
That's looking a bit rough.
Do you have the money to afford a surgeon?
Perhaps the fighting pit might have a doctor of some sort, at least can direct us into the direction of doctor, hopefully. That seems like a good place to start.
I agree with the wizard.
These bodies up our hands.
I don't think it's wise for us to carry a bunch of bodies around the city first.
Very true. It's pretty close by, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you can see it from here. It's massive.
Okay.
It's one of the largest structures down here in the docks. Yeah, it still is in the shape of an old dry dock that would probably have serviced very large vessels, like full size, like galleon size ships, that has since been repurposed for this other means. There is a bit of nightlife that has been starting to kind of heat up as the suns have gone down. You hear a bit of music playing in some of the nearby parts of the dock quarter. You do hear rebel rousing from several individuals. A few drunken sailors have started a little early, and they're kind of like wandering around some of the streets. But your caravan begins to move. The city streets of, at least here near the dock here, are lit with lanterns. There are a section of guards, similar to what you saw at the wall, that come around and have one of their number that lights lanterns on posts as they walk around. But you see the massive structure that is the Pit of Blades ahead of you. There's a large ogre sitting out front at the door. In addition to that, there does appear to be a handful of what could only be described as almost like thugs. They don't have a good look about them. They all appear to be wearing the equivalent of like a corsair's kind of like arraignment of garb. They have mostly black clothing on, and they're kind of standing around the entrance here, almost as if they own the place. You might, judging by the fact that everybody just keeps walking past them nonchalantly back and forth in and out, that they are regulars here of some kind, possibly some kind of protection, or perhaps they run the place. There's no telling. But as the caravan approaches, who is leading? Who's up front?
I assume we have 2 wagons. So
You currently have 2 wagons.
Okay.
Well, you had 3.
we did. Oh, you're right. We did have 3. We had the corpse cart, we had the snake cart, and then we had the.
You just had
Regular
one that you
cart.
had stuff on. Yes.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I assume.
Nog's but back guarding the cart with the bodies just in case, you know.
Mhm.
Might need a snack, you never know.
I assume it'd probably be, I guess, either I or one of the warriors up front.
How about the 2 of us?
All right. Then we
Unless
two
we're trying to
up front.
scare our way in, it will definitely be someone other than me.
Yeah.
Wolfram, Luther, as you pull the carts to a stop, you get a few odd looks with carts being pulled up here towards the front. One of the black kind of clad corsair looking gentlemen walks over to the 2 of you. Shipment? Delivery?
Hello, good sir. Perhaps a business venture we might be able to broke with you.
He walks away.
Oh, goodbye. Is it someone I can speak to? Perhaps some sort of manager or
You hear him. He goes back to the group of individuals. You can see them kind of like talking to each other.
Do you think we can just go past them, or I don't? They look like, I'll tell you, they look like a gang and they run the place. Like
Yes.
the old shivs have known.
I'm not too familiar with ruffians of this sort. Perhaps are you familiar with these type of individuals,
Right.
Wolfram? Or
I'm familiar with ruffians, but the ruffians
What
I
are they
know
doing
are
right
all,
now
all
still?
of the Empire.
What are they doing
Or they're
right now
chatting
still,
with each
Anthony?
other.
They're just chatting with each other. They're
Yeah.
just chatting
Yeah.
with each other. Are they
It
looking
looks like
back at us at all?
they're discussing something. One of them leaves and moves inside.
What about the other one? Did they look back at us at all?
There's about 5 more of them, plus the large ogre that is obviously a bouncer of some kind. He has this
Am I-
gargantuan club that is just kind of resting next to him. He has a
Am I
heavy.
bigger than him?
He is bigger than you, Nog.
Oh, bless his heart.
Even from this distance, you can tell, Nog. You look at him, and he looks at you from up there, and you see him just kind of like staring at you downwards. His gut is much larger. He has like this black iron, massive gut plate, and he also has black iron, what looks like custom made like gauntlets on each hand, as well as a black iron helmet that covers most of his
We
head.
got to get you some of those, Nog.
I was gonna say. So he looks like World War Hulk.
Sure.
Luther, what I could try to see if I can reach out as a warrior brother to warrior brother, but what should I say? You saw what happened when I talked to the other gentleman. He almost threw us out of the city.
I don't think we're speaking to this fella just yet today.
After a few moments pass, as you guys are all talking out here,
Mhm.
a individual, in more, I wouldn't necessarily call it casual, but not as well armed as some of the individuals that you see at the entrance here. Wearing a collection of leathers, but also like silk garments as well, and they do appear to be black. A large turban on his head approaches. You have what is it you sell? Creatures? You sell people? What do you have?
Greetings, my friend.
Your name.
I am Luther Steinhauer. These are my compatriots. This is Wolfram.
Oh, my friend, Wolfram Kistler.
Yes, you are foreigners.
Yes, we are. We heard from Virum Forsler, the dockmaster. for Sula, sorry, that perhaps you would be interested in some of the products that we have for trade, perhaps.
You butchered my name, but it's fine.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It is
Farasula?
Farazula?
Farasula? Oh, apologies. Sorry.
Yes. It's fine.
No ill intent was meant.
You bring whatever trash you sell around back. And then
very
he
well,
walks
very
away
well.
from
Thank you, good sir. Many blessings.
He says something in Arab. I'm assuming we just call it Arabic.
I think everything is pronounced Arabian.
Yeah, Arabian.
So,
he speaks in Arabian. It's slightly distinct from real life.
Plus the maker in his water.
Slightly distinct, but I think it's technically Arabian.
Yeah. He speaks in Arabian to the gentleman, and they just kind of like nod their heads. Two of them approach the caravan and begin walking in front of you, walking almost like a leading you around the building. You guys gather together, begin to move in that direction. You approach a large set of dock doors. They are probably somewhere around like 15 feet tall or so, and extremely wide. They're on some kind of wheel rollers. They could be rolled to the side. As you approach, one of the large doors begins to kind of roll slightly out of the way, and you are motioned inside of the building. It is dimly lit inside. As you guys begin to pass through, the two individuals that took you here kind of stand to each side as you guys pass in, almost like they're looking. They are discerning, or trying to discern what is within your current caravan as you move forward. As you move inside, there are at least 10 more of these kind of like black-clad corsair-looking individuals. Near a kind of like loading dock area. Once you enter into this back room, you do hear the rumble of the crowd, but it seems somewhat muffled, as if there are layers of either wood or some kind of walling that prevents all of the sound from completely reaching the area that you currently are in. The door is wheeled closed behind you as all three wagons are kind of parked next to each other. You guys begin to smell strange things. First off, it still smells of like fish in the sea just because of where you're located. But you begin to smell something more, like carrion, as well as like wet fur and unwashed bodies. There's a very distinct pungent aroma wafting from this back area. You begin to hear rumbles of large creatures somewhere in here, though you cannot see the majority of the warehouse section that you're in. It's quite dark. There doesn't appear to be much lighting outside of this little main section that you're currently in. From out of the darkness comes a small person, a halfling.
Targeting.
Be precise. A halfling that has a bit of a limp, and he has like an apron on, almost like a butcher's apron, tied around. It's slick with like blood and who knows what else.
Is this the chef?
As he comes walking forward, he walks up to Luther and Wolfram, who are kind of in the front, and unlike most of the halflings, if you guys have ever even seen halflings, he does not appear to be a pleasant individual. He has a massive frown on his face, a permanent scowl, one might say, as he approaches all of you. All right, what do you got?
Oh,
We
I'm out of the
have,
mood.
Yes. Wolfram, please go ahead.
It is so good to see you, at least at one time resident of the Empire. But I do not want to waste your time. Let me get to the race. We have a wagon full of bodies. Some from the old world, some from here in Arabia.
All right, let me stop you
But
right
we
there.
were-
Let me stop right there. I've got like at least 3 more feedings to finish. So, all right. My name's Horn Freewater. I don't give
Kistler.
2 shits where you got the bodies at. How many do you got?
How much? How many do we have, guys? Was it like 15? Let's say that number up.
Nogate, quite a few. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think it's. I think we had 18 originally.
Yeah.
And I think
I think you guys are
Right.
down to like.
where they well,
Well, it's 3 days of
I would
travel,
say
2
at
bodies a
least
day. So
6.
that's 6 to 12, a dozen left.
6 are down, so probably a dozen. Yeah.
Yeah, probably about 12 corpses left.
Oh, a dozen.
All right.
Excellent condition too.
How fresh?
Come, take a look. Take a look. They were salted properly in the desert.
All right, he walks over there. Oh, God, I hate to see the tomb you guys robbed for these. Fine. He says something in Arabian, and a few of the individuals begin to come over and they begin to unload the cart. All right. Going rate is 5 silver a corpse.
That sounds very fair. We will accept that.
Good. It's not fair, but he'll take it. And he motions over to somebody, and you have 12 corpses, so that is going to be
60.
He's going to give you 6 gold pieces. It's pretty much the. We're going to try to play this in high numbers, so we don't have to memorize too much here. He hands over 6 gold pieces for 12 bodies. The currency of the Arabians it's similar as gold, silver, and brass, but it has different iconography on it. The gold pieces have crossed scimitars on them. The silver pieces have like a horse. What's it called when they get up in the air? You know what I'm talking about. Whatever. And then the brass pieces have, I don't know what brass pieces have off the top of my head, but you got those 2 at least. Those are important. No one cares about pennies. Regardless, though, you get 6 gold pieces in your possession. As Horan looks at the bodies coming over, and then you see him start to smell. He goes, and he begins to move over towards the wagon that has the snake in it.
I will casually
What kind of
walk
beastie
over there
do
in
you
front
have
of
in
him.
here?
Careful, my friend.
I'm looking at Luther right now. I'm gonna let Luther kind of step in and I kind of just block the way casually.
It's not that I wish to hide what's in here. It's just for safety concerns. I wish you to stand a little bit back.
What am I, a child just because I'm small? Is that what this is?
No, I would.
It
I
is
would
very
caution
big.
I would caution anyone
Uh-huh.
walking up to this cage.
Yeah. Well, you guys can shove it. Well, where Manon doesn't shine. He scoots away from the wagon. I don't need to see your fucking thing anyway.
Apologies.
Wait. Perhaps you will need to see it, but just a touch of information. Come close. And I'm gonna take him and kind of get him real up where I've got my arm around and lift the tarp up so he can get a good look at the snake that I would imagine would be able to eat him in one gulp.
Okay.
Just this.
You raise it. He seizes it. Huh. Wouldn't be much in the pit. I hear those fancy folk up in the nobles' quarters like this shit like this, but if you're trying to hawk this here, I'll give you, I don't know, 10 gold.
I think we will take our chances there, but one boon I beg of you. 2 of our members have, I know this is a pit of fighting. Surely if someone is injured, there's a way for them to get uninjured. A surgeon is what I mean.
He looks over all of you. Well, all of you do look like hammered shit, just so you know. Next time you go to do a meeting with someone, you should probably clean yourselves up. You smell as bad as the damn animal pens back there. Especially that one, as he nods. He like motions towards Nog. You might as well, with his broken arm, you might as well just put him down. Better yet, sell him to me. I'll put him to good use in the pen.
Don't reckon rightly that I'm for sale, lad.
As Wolfen strokes his chin, thinking it over.
A fine jest, my friend, but perhaps you could help us find a battle doctor of some sort, just to help us get better.
Do you hear this? Damn it! Computer froze for a second.
Okay. Sorry.
He begins to chuckle, and then he says, he speaks Arabian to some of the other people that are still unloading. They all begin to chuckle together.
In the wrong place, guys.
You're looking for the Skinner.
The Skinner.
What's his name?
We call him the Skinner. Just go across.
Title.
Just leave it. We're about to kick you out of our warehouse because you don't belong back here anymore. And just keep going that direction. You can't miss it. It's a giant ogre sitting out front, about his size, maybe a little bigger. Looks like the guy we have out front, from the Headbiter tribe. Pretty good mercenary work if you need to hire one.
Oh, good to know. Thank you.
Are we done? I've got a lot of shit to do.
One more offer. Perhaps you are not interested. How about the wagon and the beasts of burden that carry the bodies?
You want to get rid of them?
I do. We have 2 already, as you see.
Yeah, well, you guys won't last long around these parts. I might as well take them off you now, or I could wait. I'll probably see these. I don't know, tomorrow, maybe the day after. Hell, I might even see your bodies on that cart.
Very well might. I feel exhausted.
Well, I'll tell you what. Wagon plus the beasties. Let's see. Let's see what I can offer you. He's gonna consult his ledger.
What's the going rate?
What's the going rate? Let's see here.
That was a really good idea, Luther. Props.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you.
I mean, I'm good at hacking guys, but I don't think I'll be good at this guy.
All right. List of normal stuff. And I can translate here.
Normal stuff.
That will kind of translate over. Okay. God, this book is massive. Okay.
It is.
So. All right. Just one wagon?
Just the one wagon that had the bodies,
Okay.
basically.
We don't have the third wagon anymore. Is it just the 2 now?
It's just the one wagon you have
If we sell this one.
is relatively empty. Doesn't have much in it. This one is being unloaded, so it's about to be empty. And then
2
you still
wagons,
have
then.
the one with the snake. Do you want to get rid of 2 wagons, or do you want to get rid of 1 wagon?
I think we should get rid of 2 wagons, guys. Unless you think we're gonna use a wagon to.
Yeah, unless you guys want to. I mean, we do have some loot in there.
I mean, we still have a third wagon with a snake in it, so.
Yeah, but we can't I'm assuming we'll sell the wagon with the snake in it when it.
Well, we might just sell the
You know.
snake because I don't imagine a rich guy's going to want to use that wagon to display the snake. But we're predicting the future.
I didn't
That's
think
your
he was going
job.
to display it. I just think he was going to just, we would
good
just sell
point.
it as as a combo.
So he's gonna offer you. He looks it over. He says, "It's not good shape. The beasties are malnourished. They'd make good feed, though. I'll tell you what. 20 gold pieces."
20 gold pieces? A wagon like this would be 75 gold back in the Empire. Surely not.
He just
I'll tell
stares.
you what.
He just stares at you, Wolfram.
I'll tell you what, Horon. We will accept 10 gold if you will direct us to an individual who might be interested in purchasing the snake.
You're gonna do well, friend. Oh wow. This is a class act. Fine. I'll tell you what, here's your 10 gold. He owes a small sack, hands it to you.
Thank you.
He tells he motions for people to take the wagon. All right. As far as selling the snake, you need to bring it to one of those. You need to get it to the noble district.
Very well.
Honestly, your best bet is probably going to be, well, you guys are foreigners, dirty as fuck. I don't see you being able to really talk to anyone outright without at least getting a bath. Either get yourself cleaned up, or if you can find the means to bribe the guards to get across the sea wall, you might be able to find a friendly ear in Roland Hoff. He's one of the only members of your home country that has made his way here. He should be able to point you in the right direction.
Thank you so much, Horon. It was very nice meeting you. Perhaps when these three are healthier, they might take advantage of your pit fighting.
It's not exactly my pit fighting, but sure.
Once again, thank you. We're off.
All right. Let him out. He kind of makes a hand sign, and the doors are opened once again. You take the two wagons at this point and begin to shuffle out, go out into the distance. As you do, I need everyone to roll me a d10, please. This will determine the random event that's about to take place.
I also lean over to Luther and say, we need to find a place to get cleaned up. We are filthy, and it will not bode well.
Sounds like a plan.
7, 2, 7. 7's looking good.
Oh, that was a d20. Sorry.
How dare you, Luther? 5. All right. Looks like we're going with that. So, okay. As you move out into the street with the two wagons, a large crowd of, it looks like sailors that have just offloaded off of a ship nearby the docks, begin to move through at the exact same time as you pull out onto the street. We're talking probably somewhere between 60 or 70 men, just choking this side of the street. They're drinking, they're talking, they begin to move around your wagons. You guys are all close together. As this happens, Are some of you in the wagons, or are you kind of like walking in front of them? How is this working? Nog can't fit in a wagon, by the way.
I think I am probably walking right alongside near the front of the wagon.
Where's Luther?
I'm assuming Luther's on top of the wagon.
Okay.
Nog does a lot of walking.
At least one of them. I
All
assume Henry or Lucian's guiding or doing the other one.
I'm probably inside the
You're gonna
passenger
be up on one of the wagons, Lucian?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Henry?
Good guiding, number 2.
Okay. So Wolfram.
Wait, if we're riding, I'm gonna be riding up next to Luther then. Yeah, I didn't realize we were all actually right inside the wagon.
Okay, Wolfram, Luther, Lucian in the wagon. Henry and Nog on foot. Now, the reason why I say that is because, well, you guys don't have anybody with you anymore. So somebody has to be
Yes.
manning the snake wagon. So one of you has to be doing that. Who's doing that?
I'm assuming that would be wagon number 2.
Yeah, somebody's got to be manning that
walking
one.
with it.
Yeah.
You could be walking with it.
Yeah, are you like trying to lead the draft animals, Nog?
I could, like a little leash.
I mean, yeah, you could. You could. You guys are walking. Okay. So Luther, Lucian, and
You know,
Wolfram.
there's a softer side to Nog. He does, you know.
Nog's
he
kind of
might-
like
he might-
he's got like this leash that he's
they
basically
like
it's the
oxen?
reins that he's gathered together, and he's just kind of walking in front of.
What are
them
our beasts
pulling
of
the
burden?
wagon.
What are they?
They're like this, like they look like a camel ox.
Mhm.
They're large. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Is there an animal
Their
handling
names are
skill?
their names are Lolly and
There's
Dolly.
There's an animal handling
skill.
skill, yeah.
We don't need that right now.
Mm.
But what I do need is
Their
I'm going to
names
need
are
a
Lolly and Dolly.
I need a perception test from Wolfram, Lucian, and Luther.
All right.
And you guys need to get at least 4 levels of success individually.
Well, I got 1 fortune point, so we may as well just get out of the way.
Sure, why not?
Although 4 levels between all of us, and there's 3 of us
No,
rolling.
no. 4 levels individually. Somebody
okay.
has to beat 4 levels.
That's
I
not
could never
possible
do
for
that.
me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not possible.
Okay.
I
I
can't do
failed
that.
anyway.
All right. Fail.
Fail.
Okay. Nog, I'm not going to give you an opportunity for this one in particular because you're like behind the wagon. You can't see what's happening.
I'm tuned into Lolly and Dolly. My new pets.
Let's see here. Let's see how many this is going to do. All right. All right. As you guys are moving through the crowd, Luther is struck on the side of the head with something. He's sitting there writing and suddenly goes, and then he falls sideways out of the wagon. You have 4 stunned conditions, Luther.
Oh my gosh.
As he falls out of the wagon into the crowd, he goes, "Oh!" As he falls out of the wagon, and at this point, like Lucian and Wolfram, you're like, "Oh shit!" You know, he like falls past you. You go to reach for him, and 2 sets of hands
Grassy knoll.
grab a hold of him, and then begin to run into an alleyway nearby.
Oh, am I still conscious or just?
You are incapacitated, so you have the stun conditions are pretty rough.
Yeah.
You're conscious, but you're not altogether. Oh, I forgot. You also take 6 wounds.
Did I have
Reduced by
noticed that?
toughness?
What?
Reduced
Yeah,
by
I've
toughness?
noticed
Yeah, reduced by your toughness. Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump off the wagon and give chase,
Okay.
and then
Lucian
yell out.
immediately.
yell out to Henry and Nog if they haven't seen what happened. That
They have not.
Oh,
they, after me.
It's that
they,
crowded. Like
Yeah.
the street is just chock full of people right now. In fact, like Lucian, as soon as you jump off the wagon, you are engulfed in people, and you're trying to see where Luther was taken, and it's difficult. You're like, shit. Wolfram, with your vantage point still on the wagon. As you look over, you watch as you see two figures, hooded figures and cloaked, dart off into the nearby alley, and you point towards Lucian and then motion him in that direction.
Okay.
As you get Nog and Henry's attention at this point, we are going to be entering into a skill challenge.
So
Minus
favorite
Nog
thing.
would do his best to begin making a path.
Okay.
You know.
Well, let's go ahead and roll the initiative, and we'll see where you guys.
Do I need to roll?
Luther? No, you don't need to roll because you're not a part of this.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't roll well, guys. I got a 5. I rolled a 2, so I hope you roll a 10, Nog.
Roll a d10, Nog, and then add your initiative modifier. Okay, so what do I get for Henry?
4.
4. And then Wolfram, we had a 5.
Yeah, I got a 5 total.
What'd you get, Lucian?
10.
A 10 total.
Mhm.
And then Nog, what's your total?
Saw 7 plus 2.
Okay. Lucian, Nog, Wolfram, and then Henry. Okay. So, as soon as this starts, all right, yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. So, Lucian, you are first in the skill challenge. You are in pursuit. You are chasing after these individuals. You make it to the edge of the alleyway. What would you like to do, Lucian? You can use any skill. A skill has to be tested.
Okay, so I'm going to choose.
Mm-hmm.
I assume the first thing would be some kind of athletics to see how fast I can move through the crowd or how far
Okay.
I can make it quickly to.
Do you want to do a strength athletics, or do you want to do like a parkour style, like?
Looks like
Dex-
my
dex.
athletics is agility based.
Yeah, normal athletics is agility based. What I'm saying is we could do a strength one if you want to do that, but if you want to do the normal
Negative.
one, we could do that.
Nope. If
Normal
I ever have to
alibi.
choose between strength and agility, it's going to be agility.
Okay, go ahead and
Times out of 100.
make the normal athletics check.
We haven't rested at all, have we?
No, we have not.
Okay. All right. That is going to be a 41 out of. $46 minus 10, so that would be
Did you go down in the last fight?
no, but I
no.
had a level of fatigue from just traveling in the desert.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, all right.
I thought you cleared that up. I thought I was the only one who still had one from the desert.
Yeah. Wolfram was the
Yeah.
only one. You're good.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
I
okay.
have fatigue.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, then that's a
Just a success.
yeah,
So
that's great.
that counts as one level of success for
Okay.
your purposes right now. Okay. Lucian, you begin to move as quickly as possible down the alleyway. It is there's a few snakes and turns as you're beginning to move. You come up on a corner, and of course there is a stack of like pots, clay pots, and as you're moving past, one of the individuals carrying Luther knocks over a collection of the pots, and you're able to dodge out of the way, and you're not trapped underneath them. And that will then bring me to Nog.
Nog's skill check will be to intimidate the crowd to make way.
Okay. Um,
And try to
Nog?
get everyone to move out of our way so we can chase down the bad guys.
okay. So, Nog, are you going to attempt to leave the wagon?
What I was planning to do is to lash the snake wagon to the other wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Lolly and Dolly are good girls. They'll stay.
Okay. Well, go ahead and give me an intimidation check, Nog.
All right.
Oh, 94. I can
That
tell you
sucks.
that's not going to be good. You have a single fortune point, Nog, if you would like to re-roll. That's up to you.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, I would like to re-roll because I should be able to scare the shit out of everybody.
Okay.
Let's try that again, shall we? That's better. 64 out of 74.
Okay. So, yeah,
So
one
one
level.
level of
Yeah, an
success.
additional level of success. So there's another-
74.
Yeah, I mean, he is an ogre.
Yeah, his strength is ridiculous.
Yeah. So, Nog, you bellow out, back way, and then a large section of the crowd just kind of like stops and they're like, shit, what's the commotion about? And a hole is opened up right where you are kind of motioning towards as you lash the two wagons together. That will then bring me to Wolfram.
All right, so we can't do the same thing that another one of our teammates have done in the same round, right?
That is correct.
Okay. What I would like to do then is, now that Nog has kind of cleared a path, I want to kind of get up on my tippy toe. I'm already on top of the wagon.
You are.
And scan the crowd again to see if there's any other threats, if I can see any other individuals that
Okay.
look like them. Yeah. Mhm.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right, cool. Son of a bitch. It's a straight failure.
Mhm.
That's just one, but it's a failure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Wolfram doesn't have any more
No.
more points left.
I won't have any more with the
So that's one
Campaign.
failure. One failure. Because Wolfram, you again scan the crowd and moving in such a quick fashion as you're kind of looking around, you don't see any more obvious threats.
Okay.
Are you staying with the wagon, Wolfram?
Oh yeah, I feel that's definitely gonna be the best spot for me at this point. Yeah.
All right. Wolfram, your guard goes up. Your hand clutched probably on your pistol in such close quarters around all these people, ready to retaliate if something were to happen. Henry.
Well, things have changed since I thought they were going to go. Henry, seeing Lucen take off running, he will then look to Nog and Wolfram. And he'll point at the two of them. Both of you, stay with the fucking cot. And he's going to run after Lucian.
Okay, Henry. Running after Lucian.
I hate nobles.
You hate nobles. Wolfram says that as you run off. Let's see here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. Let's see what we can do as far as skills are concerned. How about
I've got charm. I've got leadership.
yeah, I'm thinking that I was leaning towards leadership. Why don't you give me a leadership roll?
Intimidate's already been done.
Yeah, go ahead and just give me a leadership roll.
Using the reroll point.
No, you stick with the 97.
You don't want the 97? That's a
You can't talk to me that way.
That's a
Ooh,
27
nice.
out of 37.
Okay. So, that's another level of success. 3 levels of success. Good, guys. Good. All right. As Henry points towards the two of you, you do feel, he says it with enough authority that you do feel like, oh, okay, yeah, you're taking some orders. You guys, both of you will get a plus 10 to your next rolls as long as you follow Henry's direction. Both Nog and Wolfram. All right. That brings me to my individuals who are going to boom and boom. Okay. And they come to a junction. Luther, you're you're moving back and forth. You're being like somewhat drugged. You hear as you hear the individuals speaking to each other, but your mind is so addled, it's hard for you to discern their speech. And it's like they come to like a T crossroad in these back alleys, and they stop for a second, and then they move to the right quickly. As this happens, we have one more round of this skill challenge before something bad might happen. So, top of the round, Lucian. What are you doing, Lucian?
So where am I now in relation to these two individuals?
You are in pursuit, as far as you can tell. You are coming to the T intersection. You're not sure which direction they went, but you never know. Luck may favor you.
So if I was to what perception, navigation, orientation.
Either one would be fine with me. You have a skill that lets you always know a certain direction, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a talent he's got.
Yeah, he's got a talent for that.
Yeah,
How about because of that? How about we do the basic ones? Do you have navigation? Do you have points in navigation?
Mm-hmm. I don't have any points in it yet.
Any points in it yet? Okay.
But I do have it.
What about survival? Anything? No?
No.
Nope.
No advances.
Perception?
What about
I do have advances in perception.
And perception?
Yeah.
All right. How about you take perception this round, and because of your talent, I'll give you a plus 10.
Cool. Let's go.
Oh shit!
Critical success.
Critical success.
The 33. All right, Lucian. You very quickly pick up. First things first, Lucian. As you hear, you begin to pick up voices. High-pitched, shrill voices. No, this way, this way. As you move to the intersection, and you cut. Something about the voices seems similar, Lucian. You're not sure what it is, but you look left, and then you look right, and you see just a little bit of like a tail going around a corner as you and you take off in that direction. That is so the critical success is going to put Lucian pretty far up there. All right. Nog. What would you like to do at this point? You guys only need one more success.
So I made a path,
You did.
and let's see. What do I currently see happening? I know
Lucian
that,
took off into the alleyway. You have no idea where Luther is. He did now, and then Henry began moving down the alley as well. Now, Wolfram is still staying with the cart, and you were also told to stay with the cart. No.
Right. So my skill check would be. I imagine, is there a lot of commotion or?
Certainly, yeah, definitely, especially with you intimidating everyone and everything else happening very quickly.
Let's see. Gosh. I don't have other than intimidate again, but I don't feel like that's useful.
You could intimidate the crowd again.
Here's what I'll do. I'll say loudly, "Thank you everyone for listening," but it'll come out, it'll sound way aggressive, and so it'll do another intimidate check to make more room.
Sure, why not, Nog?
Not intending to intimidate.
Yeah, that's like
31 on us. Yeah,
it's like 4 levels of success.
I've cleared the alleyway.
Yeah. As you say that again, you do see as some of the more curious individuals were beginning to like come to the wagons, like getting a little bit closer than they should have. You can like scream out again, and people begin to back up once more time, afraid to get eaten by the giant ogre in the street.
Thank you, everyone, for your cooperation in this concerning matter.
The skill challenge is over. There's no need for us to get to Wolfram or Henry because you have succeeded soundly.
Critical, man.
So, now how great is this going to be? We're about to find out. Lucian. Well, first off, Luther, you're still kind of like stunned, and as you begin to come to, you are smacked on top of the head yet again. Oh! You're going to take another 4 stun conditions. Which they were beginning to wear off. Basically, the same. It's the same 4.
Okay, same 4. Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to take any more damage or anything. You're still kind of fucked up. You're like, oh Jesus! As you feel yourself hit the floor, hit the dirt basically, in the alley. On your face first, you're laying.
His beautiful face.
Beautiful
handsome face.
My attractive face.
Yes.
Oh my God.
He's face down in the dirt in the alleyway. Lucian.
It's canonically chiseled.
You hear up ahead. You hear. No. I say red fur breeder, not man thing. What you do? You get wrong one. And no. I heard right. You said red fur. You know, say breeder. And you hear this argument happening, Lucian. As you round the corner, you see 3 human-sized individuals, clothed and wrapped, like heavily cloaked, all about their person. There are tufts of black and brown fur coming out of various parts of their wrappings. Though they have hoods over their face, they appear to have large snouts slightly sticking out of the underside of the cloaks, and they look very rat-like, one might say. As they are speaking to each other, you see red, beady, glowing eyes from underneath of all these 3 hoods, as they're speaking. Lucian, they one, you followed? You dumb things. Kill, slay. They point down the alley. Lucian, we're going to go with your previous initiative round, and we are entering a combat scenario. So, all right, Lucian, you round the corner. 2 of these assailants, the 2 that had captured Luther, pull like these serrated, nasty-looking black daggers. Each one has a dagger in their hand, and as they do, their hoods kind of fall back, and you see the rat fur, as it is a humanoid man, somewhat curled over, but definitely a rat. Some kind of foul mutant of some kind, Lucian. As you see the creature, a bit of recognition washes over you. You have come across things similar to this. Beastmen, one might say, in the Empire. But who knows? As the 2 of them see you, they both charge down the alleyway, relying on their numbers to try to attack you. Now, Lucian, you have a fast weapon. So you have an opportunity. If you'd like to strike first, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my rapier and
okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
The nearest one.
They're going to try to dodge. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a 6.
How many degrees of success is that?
That's 5 degrees of success.
As the one they try to separate. There's not a lot of space but then you watch as they quickly skitter. They grasp the sides of the wall and begin to like claw their way on the sides of the kind of like dirt packed walls back here, and they're able to kind of like skitter to try to get around you, to try to flank you. As they do, you lunge with a 6 as a headshot. How much damage is that, Lucian?
So normally it would be 6, and does it add levels of
Plus
success?
your success levels, yes.
So 11.
11 total. Okay. As you lunge, you slice through like one of the ears of one of the Skaven. Heavily wounded as you plunge through it, and you pull back the rapier and like go to a guarded stance as they come around you. He's clutching the side of his head, bleeding everywhere. This foul kind of like black syrupy blood. It smells horrible. He's going to try to attack you now. Die, man thing. Go ahead and defend yourself.
That will be 5 levels of success.
Okay. Easily done. You're able to parry aside the haphazard blade. Tink! Knock it away. You have two momentum now. The second rat tries to jump on your back from behind. Defend yourself one more time.
That is a straight success.
It's a success?
Yep.
You guys tied. You're able to, Lucian, you're able to, as he moves, is this a dodge or a block?
A block.
A block. You're able to move around, spin aside using your rapier to kind of like knock the blade aside as he lunges, and he kind of like crumples around you. Though they are the size of people, they don't have the weight of a man. They appear to be much thinner underneath their layers of clothing, and you're able to kind of like use your body to chuck them to the side. All right, and that's it for their turn. As they're engaged with you, the one at the end of the alley that you see, Lucian, as you look up, has Luther by the head. He like picked him up, and he's like, "Not worth trouble. I just kill." And he takes his curved blade and brings it to Luther's throat. That's all he can do, though. He hasn't done anything yet. That is going to bring me to Henry, since you managed to round the corner at this point. A little late to the party.
Yes. So what do I see? How close am I?
You see Lucian engaged with like 2 furred creatures, mutants, kind of going back and forth. He's obviously in a heated battle. Further down the alley past him, you do see Luther with his head back, about to get his throat slit by another rat-like creature.
I have absolutely no ranged weapons or abilities. I turn the corner.
Mm-hmm.
By the gods, they do exist. And I'm gonna just give one a poke.
Okay, you run up to the one that's
Lucian stabbed one, correct? It's still alive.
it's heavily wounded. But yes. So Henry, you charge forward. He's gonna try to dodge it.
Oh shit! I think that's a 50 out of 50. It is.
It is, and he was already wounded, so he actually fails his dodge roll. He doesn't see you coming as you come up behind him, and the last thing he's like, and you just take him right through the chest. Sinks all the way in. As you pull it free, and he falls dead at your feet, Henry.
That's all I can do.
That's all Henry takes up a stance. The lone Skaven by Lucian. Now sandwiched between the two of you. The tide's turned. That's going to bring me to the top of the round with Lucian Levesque. You see the dire straits happening. What would you like to do, Lucian?
So I assume how close am I to the one that has
Luther?
Yeah.
If you used all of your movement, you could make it to him.
And I could, spend my momentum to disengage?
Yes, you can.
Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Then
Okay.
I'm gonna rush down the other one.
Right. Lucian, you take the opportunity of Henry's arrival to duck down and move out of the way as the rat man swings wildly, just like trying to fend off the two of you like a cornered animal. As you dodge a blow and you run towards the last captor that has Luther. What would you like to do?
And I'm gonna take a poke.
You run in. Go ahead and give me a attack roll.
That is 3 levels of success.
Dear Lord, what is happening right now?
I'm storing them up, bro.
Okay, so
Man, just
As those
roll
moves
with the
pretty-
Nate train is all you can do.
he moves in. Where is that hit? Because this will actually be important for him. Let me look. That is going to be a 31 is his right arm, which is his weapon arm. That's the one he has the dagger on.
I
Okay.
can't wait to see you in the fighting pits, Lucian. You're gonna tear him to pieces.
How much damage is that, Lucian?
It'll be 9.
9 points of damage. Rack in. So you spear right through the arm holding the kind of like short daggered arm. He spears him, and he like pushes away from Luther, who's still like stunned and reeling. Pushes him away. No. Hi. He just kind of like holds the hands up toward you, Lucian. Are we done? Do you have anything else?
Unless I can do anything else, I don't think.
You can speak if you want to talk to him.
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Not yet. Okay. As you just glare menacingly over him. That is going to be the rat's turn. The one that's engaged with Henry's. He looks back, looks towards the dead one. And you feel you smell this foul smell waft out of this creature, Henry. And then it like
Pissed itself.
it tries to lunge towards it tries to like jump towards the roof. You do get an opportunity if you'd like to attack it.
Yes.
It cannot defend itself.
23.
Dear God. All right, how much damage is it?
11.
11 wounds as you slice 23 still an arm. Let me make sure. Yes, the left arm. As it lunges forward, you cleave, and you actually take off its hand. Its left paw is removed. Yes. It grasps it with its right arm, like pulls itself up, barely using its tail to help it. No. As it rolls up onto the top of the building and tries to scurry away.
Coward.
The other one, wounded.
This not last time you see me. We be back.
And it is going to chuck something at your feet, Lucian. Something smoking lands at your feet.
Oh no.
And you look down at it. You look up and it goes, and there's an explosion of heat and smoke. But no damage, as it's just a smoke bomb. As you are blinded, in a puff of smoke. You get an opportunity attack, Lucian, but you will have a -20 penalty as it attempts to flee.
Can I use a resilience to
Oh.
To make
away
sure it
this?
hits?
or no, to or not resilience, resolve. Is that the
Yeah, it is.
which is the more?
So you have the equivalent of 2 blinded conditions.
Oh,
So
okay.
you could get rid of one, so you'd
One,
still be at a
but
minus
not-
10.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a minus. It would be it's a minus 20 currently,
Currently it's a minus 20, yes.
but I could use a.
A resolve to give it a minus 10 if you'd like, yeah.
Got it. I'll do that.
Okay. You get a opportunity. Let's see what you can do, Lucian. Oh, 97.
That sucks.
That's bad. That's
I'm gonna
in fact
use. I'm gonna use a fortune point.
bad. Sure. So we roll it.
There we
Oh!
go. That's 4 levels of success.
Yep.
No, yeah, 4 levels of success.
Even with the minus 10, it's still 4?
Yes,
Dear
because
God.
I had 1 level of momentum.
All right. He only has 3 levels of success for his dodge that he was going to make. As you pull it over the top, the smoke clears for a second just in front of your eyes as you're like this, and you just see a shape trying to scurry away as you lunge outwards, piercing it through its back. Straight through. As you pull it back. No. It lays there, clutching at the wound as the smoke quickly evaporates. Luther's still laying there on the ground, somewhat helpless.
I'll pull out my rapier and wipe the blood off it and say, "No, you will not see me again, vermin." Disgusting.
I failed. It's
And then he just falls over and dies.
Skaven Slayer.
And we are out of combat.
All right, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna kneel down and check on Luther.
Let's check Luther. Oh, he's racked. His head's bleeding a little bit, but with him, after a minute or so, you realize that there are no more assailants, and Luther is brought back from the brink.
Oh, what happened? What a terrible place.
You were knocked upside the head by some rat folk. Carried
Yes.
off.
I was hit multiple times, beaten.
They are horrific creatures. It only slaughtered.
Luther kind of gets up, kind of pushes himself up, sees the body of one of the Skaven,
Mhm.
gives it a kick, kicks it.
Exactement, my friend.
Bastard.
Let us get you back to the wagon.
Thank you, my friends. And kind of,
Mhm.
waddles back,
A little back to the alley. You see Henry there, wiping the blood off of his sword on the corpse.
Didn't think these things actually existed. My grandmother told me stories about them, but I was just to frighten children.
They
What,
exist.
these beastmen?
They are all too real, my friend.
Apparently, you seem to have some expertise in slaying them, Lucian.
Nah, just a bit. Already too much.
Let's just get back to the cart. I hope they were able to keep this crowd at bay.
Very well kept at bay, thanks to the mighty Nog. As the 3 of you return back to the cart, the crowd at this point is mostly dispersed due to Nog's multiple bellows and cries, and they've moved on to greener pastures, something a little more interesting. Not being able to see the actual violence that happened. As you move back to the wagon, you guys collect yourselves. What would you like to do?
Oh,
Oh, you found him. Oh, praise Sigmar. What was that? Was it bandits? Why would they want to kidnap him?
Skaven,
some horrible
unfortunately.
mutants.
We are most unlucky. It was a case of mistaken identity. They were looking for a female. I don't know why they would have thought dashing Luther here would fit.
I mean, he is He is so handsome. I mean, I do dream of him when I fall asleep. His soft skin. I mean, ooh.
Oh.
Here, sit next
Let's
to me,
find
Luther.
this.
Let me clean you up.
Let me clean you up.
Hilarious.
Let us find this doctor. He should be right across the way from that.
Hmm. Yes, let's.
Did you say
So-
beastmen? Or did you
Gave it.
Yes. I don't.
the rat folk?
Scave?
But they are a myth. They're not real.
Well, they are pretty real, Wolfram. And I toss him a rat's paw.
The paw you took, he tosses it to you. You're like, ah! You see it? Yeah.
And I just kind of,
Mm.
yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
I don't have a response.
Yep. Are you gonna keep that, Henry? You gonna keep the scaping paw?
I'm not keeping it. It's gross. I will look to Lucian and Luther though. Luther, you have a nasty head wound. Maybe Lucian can patch that up. Dog, you did well. I look up to the ogre.
You do. He is 10 feet tall.
Oh, thanks,
Thanks.
Henry.
Do I need bandages for this, or is that only
Um,
for like the bleed condition?
No, that's only technically for the bleed condition. You can give me a
Okay.
heal test.
Cool.
See
It
what you can
hurts
do for
here.
Luther. That's right here in this area.
Oh.
I do feel like I am concussed.
Do I get any modifiers to this?
Are you guys doing this while you were traveling still?
I mean, we
Uh,
probably have some time to patch it if not scared everybody.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I figured we probably are doing this right before
Okay.
we start the movie.
All right, fine. So you get a plus 20 then, Lucian.
Pull out the sewing kit as we're bouncing around.
Nope.
No.
It still hurts.
You're getting to look at it, and you're like, you dab it
Just-
a little bit, and you're like,
just missed it.
you kind of dab it, and you go,
There's not much I can do.
how much?
It's
You
too
know,
deep.
It's a
You
head
look
wound.
at it, you said,
Uh,
well, you've seen worse wounds, Lucian. You think he's being a little pansy right now.
I'll give it a shot.
I
I know,
never
I know,
felt
base. I know
pain.
basic healing.
Apply some dirt to it, you know. Walk it off.
I failed too.
Henry's just like, Henry, I mean, you look at it as well, and you go, yeah, he'll be fine.
Is that the bone?
Definitely
don't
not.
make it.
Definitely not the bone. he does have like a contusion that's forming though.
Ooh.
On the side of its head beginning to whelp up.
Oh,
Bird's eggs.
Oh,
Oh.
oh. As you move further down, you find what was described to you. There is a large ogre. This is it's not very far from the pit itself. You guys haven't moved very far at all. There appears to be a smaller building that has a sign out front, hanging out front of it, depicting it's depicting a plague doctor's mask, and then like smoke and like a potion bottle like next to it of some kind. It's just kind of like hanging there. There's no name. There's no anything. It's just hanging there. But you do see a large ogre that was described to you wearing similar black iron armor that, as you saw at the pit itself. Also with a very large club next to him. As he looks over and sees the 5 of you plus your 2 wagons, he just stares.
Is this the place?
This was the place that was described.
Oh, friend, my name is Wolfram. We are looking for a person to help patch us up. Might this be the spot? I see the sign.
He reaches into his gut plate and pulls out the remnants of some kind of meat and begins to chew on them. Skinner's inside.
Thank you, my friend. Please get back to your snack. I guess this is it, my friends.
oh.
Here, I'll hop down and I will assist Luther in getting out of the wagon.
Yeah,
Here, young lad, I don't want you to hurt your pretty face.
The four of you get down. Nog. The door is kind of
I
like
think they dragged me.
the large ogre opens the door. As he opens it, you notice that like he's not going to fit through that door. He looks towards Nog and says, "Sorry, mate, you ain't gonna fit.
Oh,
You got a place out back."
all right then. So I guess I'll mosey it around back.
You kind of move around to the back.
Like a walk of shame.
Mhm.
There's like a small well back here, Nog, that's been set up as you kind of move into the back. There's a collection of line for hanging up clothes as well. Except instead of clothes, Nog, you're the only one privy to this since you're back here. You see what appears to be tanned skin.
What does it? They're drying the meat back here, aren't they?
You look back and you see it and you go, huh. You kind of look at it, then you look closer. Go ahead and give me a perception test, Nog.
Oh no. I don't know if I like where this is going. Oh, that's no good.
Nope.
I have no idea.
You get a little closer, you smell it. You bring it close, you lick it. It tastes good. You just kind of leave it be.
It's probably nothing.
Probably nothing. And you move in. There's a much
Humans,
larger
ogres.
Yeah, you're not sure what it is.
Yeah,
There's a much
delicious.
larger door, not necessarily door, almost the equivalent of like a large roll-up door, but it opens on like a hinge. You know, it doesn't like roll or hinges out, and it's already open, letting in some of the air. Inside inside of this back like garage like room, Nog, you see a collection of meat hooks. It looks like it and operating tables. They're wooden operating tables. There's various means for either torture or surgery. You're not sure which, Nog. You're not that smart. But there's just stuff laying around back here as you kind of like take a couple steps inside. The other four of you are greeted by an older gentleman who, as you walk through the door, he's currently sewing. He is stitching a more thuggish looking individual who has several cuts across his face. He's currently stitching them. And the individual in question is wearing like black robes with a collection of, you do see there is a plague doctor's mask that he's not wearing. It's just kind of like dangling around his neck on like leather straps. He's currently sewing. The stitches don't look great. It looks like he's just kind of like getting his work done. He finishes, slaps the man on the back of the head, and he says something in Arabian. And the man just kind of like nods and then puts 2 silver coin on the nearby table from the chair he was sitting in. Gets up and walks past the four of you. The doctor stands up and looks at the four of you. I need a... Does anybody have Lore Empire?
Yes.
Henry does. Go ahead and give me a Lore Empire check, Henry.
It's not very high. But that's a 23 out of 33.
Nice.
Very good. So, okay. Yeah, you got a success on that. So, you recognize this man as you walk through the door. He kind of like furrows his brow, like he's not sure where he knows you from, but you've seen him before. You saw him in Talea briefly. Or not Talea. You saw him earlier this night. You saw him on the docks. He was discussing with the dockmaster before you guys walked up. However, you know him from further back than that. You know him as Ivo Peltzer. And the reason why you know him is because he's somewhat infamous in the area of Nome. He is a disgraced doctor from the Empire who once served in the court of Nome. But after a incident involving a disappearance of many street workers and a grisly discovery within the operating rooms of his practice, he was rumored to have rightfully fled from the pursuing witch hunters that more than likely are still hunting him to this day.
We'll walk in. I think we should leave.
He looks at the four of you. Aye. Men of the Empire. Well, I know you from somewhere.
No, sorry. Was this we thought this was a potion shop. I apologize.
That's enough of that. Enough of that.
Can you heal a broken bone or stitch a man back up? I just
do my
saw
best. I do my best work. Come. Have a seat. You got good coin?
We do. Is Luther holding it or am I holding it?
I mean, if you wanted to have a hold on it, go for it.
I guess I'm holding it. Who's watching the wagon, by the way, before we continue?
No one.
All right, I'm gonna look at Luther and say, "Hold this," or "Here you go, my friend," and I'm gonna go out and watch the wagon because I don't want our snake.
Wolfram goes out. Yeah, you see Wolfram as you take a few steps out. There are a few individuals kind of gathering around the snake wagon. They see you and then they quickly begin to walk away. Lucian, he looks towards the two of you in particular. Let's see here. What exactly are you? A wizard? Some kind?
I'm an apprentice. I don't have my license yet.
What ails you?
Not really. From what my friends have told me, a headache. I think I will be fine. But these two probably need more attention than I.
Two? I see one.
I thought Henry and Lucian were both there.
Oh, yeah. As far as attention, Henry, do you have a critical wound?
I do.
Which one is it?
My ribs.
Oh, that's right. You have broken ribs. That's right. So
they're not broken.
Cracked.
They're only cracked.
Kind of broken.
Cracked ribs.
Cracked.
It said it can heal on its own.
It can heal on its own. It can. So, don't be shy, gentlemen. Have a seat. Who's first?
Henry, you said we should. We need to go outside. Is that what?
This happens all the time. People
It's a
get
bit
cold
stuffy
feet.
in here for me. I think we should go outside and catch some air. Perhaps find Nog. Nog went somewhere.
I guess it's true.
Lucian, from your previous scuffle, there is a bit of blood dripping out of the bottom of your shirt from your wound that has not been sutured yet.
As for myself, I have a wound that's. It seems that it's the slightest provocation. It will. The blood will still flow. I fear I might have.
Very well. Please, I must see it.
I'll kind of unfasten my armor and lift up the. To show the
nasty wound there. Let's see what I can do.
What do you charge for your services?
For this, let's see here. He looks you over, Lucian, as you reveal the large gaping wound across your chest. Oh, looks like infection might be setting in. We can fix that. How much you got?
Oh, not much.
Am I totally
Yeah.
outside, or can I hear this?
You're outside.
Just a gold piece or
Okay.
2.
Gold. Tell you what, gold piece, I'll do it. No problem.
Done.
Done. All right. I'll need a little time. Was it Henry? Something up with you?
It hurts when I breathe.
Take off the armor. That helps.
Shit, I just robe fucking hot as fuck.
He's gonna take the armor off.
Not only am I attractive, but I am cut. I am shredded.
Shredded as hell. He takes it off.
You can't find my ribs because there's so much muscle on top of them.
Oh my god. Oh, he finds them.
Shit.
He finds them by the large purple
Wait. Did everything
bruise.
just like mysteriously go into slow motion
It
and
did.
a wind
It did.
machine come from
It did.
nowhere? Are there long flowing locks just
Mm.
sorboing in the wind?
Mm-hmm.
There is a massive purple bruise across the
Yes.
left side of like Henry's ribs. Kind of right in the middle of his body, the lower ribs. He pokes it a couple times until you flinch. You're like, and he goes, yeah, I give you something for this, no problem. Couple silver.
Done.
All right. Let me work on your friend first. He's a little more dire. That one, he points towards Luther. That's what I like to call a pussy willow. And he grabs a hold of Lucian, pulls him into
Pussy
the back.
what?
Yes, as you say that, Luther. He pulls you into the back, Lucian. And Nog is standing there with his wrapped up broken arm. He goes, bloody hell! As he sees this ogre standing there, you see him like reach for like a cleaver on one of the nearby tables.
No. It's okay, man.
Okay.
He also may need some attention.
See. All right. Well,
Hello there.
how about let's do four things first. Yeah, you, my friend. You have a seat somewhere, big guy.
I'll try to find a place to sit down.
All right. First things first, Lucian. I believe this is considered. I gotta check and make sure. It's not considered bones. I think it's just considered muscle. Let me make sure though. Body. There's gaping wound. Okay, it's just a basic wound. All right. So he's gonna roll for his surgery skill. Okay, it's not pretty, Lucian. It's not pretty at all. But he basically gives you he has something nearby that he has concocted. He unstoppers it. There's like this heavy alcohol, like rubbing alcohol smell coming out of it. He says, you want some? Dulls the pain.
Yes.
You take it,
Yeah,
Lucian.
yes.
You take a big chug. You instantly, like, numbing sensation. He takes a hearty gulp himself, then sets it down. All right. And begins, and you see his hands are stained with blood already, like dried blood, as he begins to work on you, Lucian. He begins sewing and threading. At one point, he pulls. He's like, "You didn't feel that, did you? Ah, you're fine." He's just kind of like, and after about 20 minutes or so, he makes the last stitch, ties it off. Well, good news is you'll live. Bad news is you probably got, I don't know, a week or so until that infection sets in. Take this. He hands you a salve. Put this on it twice a day. We'll take care of that.
Thank you.
All right. Who's next? Step up to the table.
I will go, but before I go, while Lucian is being cared for,
Mm-hmm.
I will turn to Luther. Luther, you pay attention, Luther. Your eyes are glazing over. Do you not know who this man is?
Oh, should I?
You should. There's Ivo Peltzer. He's wanted by the cult of Sigmar.
Does Henry? Is he infamous enough that Henry would know, or not Henry? Luther
Luther?
would know.
No, not unless you run into the circles.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
You never
quite
heard
honest.
of him. You never heard the stories coming out of Nuln.
When it comes to known, I'm from Altdorf. You know, there's a little bit of a rivalry. I feel like they are.
Of course,
I don't know.
you people from the Reichland think you're better than everyone else.
I mean, we are. Hey, let's not get into this. Anyway, also, you know, there is a little bit of a rivalry as between not just us Reichlanders, but the Bright College does not look favorably on that. The College of Engineering and both very explosive. We've seen this little bit of a competition between the two of us, both trying to win the favor of the Empire. Sorry, I'm rambling. The point is, Nuln sucks. And I don't care about what happens in Nuln. But you're saying he's famous.
People like you are the reason why the Empire will never be united as one. Anyways, he's
I should just move the capital to Reichland. Altdorf.
Oh.
That be that as it may, he is a suspected chaos worshipper, and his kind should not be allowed to live.
Are we to kill him?
No, that is for the cult of Sigmar to do.
Oh, good goodness.
I just want you to be aware in case he tries anything funny.
Am I in any of this, or am I still in the other room?
You're still getting patched up while this is happening.
Okay.
Can I stick my head and say, like, is the doctor fixed you guys yet? The natives are getting restless.
Yeah, you
No,
come out
go
there,
back
you-
out to the gods.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Damn it!
You turn around.
I hate nobles. The worst.
The worst. Shut the door.
But I will take my turn.
Okay, Henry. At this point, Lucian, you're released. Henry, you step up to the table. Lie down flat. I'll be sure not to mess with your perfect physique here that you have.
Please don't.
Yes, of course.
Everybody in my family looks like this.
And it's often good practice to drain the lesion first before we do any good work here. So I'm going to need to bleed you a little.
You are the doctor.
Takes like a scalpel. Goes to where the bruise is, and he makes a thin incision. All right. He takes some kind of foul-smelling poultice and like begins to pour it over it, and it burns immediately. You feel it. He goes, "Huh." He bends the press it a little bit. Says, "Well, good news, it's not broken. Probably just a fracture, or, I don't know, muscle maybe."
Yeah.
All right. Sit up. He starts to wrap around your sides. Makes a decent enough check that it is only going to take... Your wound is going to take 23 days to heal.
Right.
23. All right. Ogre. I don't get to work on you guys very often. Usually have your butchers do it.
Oh, this will be new for both of us then, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead and why don't you just sit on the ground there?
All right. I'll take a plop. I start
Okay.
unwinding the chain off my good arm.
Yeah, and you see he looks at it, he goes, "Damn. All right." And he like grabs a hold of your meaty arm.
Yeah.
Okay. I make a decent check. Okay. So I believe yours is considered a minor break. Yeah, it's a clean. You had a clean break.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So because it was a clean break. All right. I need you to make a. Well, I'm gonna have you guys do this in a minute. Actually, after we're all done here. So Nog,
Right.
it is going to take 37 days for your arm to heal.
That's,
He
that's
wraps
not
it
bad
up.
for a large break.
Yeah, he slings it. He kind of slings it together. He takes, you ask him to use the chain, and he kind of like wraps it around there and makes like a sling, utilizing the chain itself.
Yes.
Yeah. That's one way of doing it, I guess.
It looks pretty
Well.
badass if you ask me.
Well, friends, that was a learning experience for me, for sure. I can't help but wonder, do I know you? As he looks towards Henry.
No, but I did see you down by the docks earlier in the day.
Yes. Perhaps that's it. My Willow. Here. He hands you a vial of something, Luther.
Thank you. All right.
It's Pussy Willow. I didn't make up the name. It's an herb. Just go ahead and rub it on your head. You'll be fine.
I will do that. Thank you.
Is that it?
Say, while you were down there, you didn't by chance hear anything about a large envoy of ships coming down from Talea?
There's always ships moving here and there.
So we're headed for Sudenberg.
Student, you go into the penal colony. Huh. Interesting. You guys don't exactly look the type, but well, not that I know of, honestly.
Damn.
I don't much stay in the loop and who's coming or going. I just patch up those who need it, and well, I've made a decent enough living here to keep me going.
Well, just in case it comes down to it, do you know of a place where we can stay? Somewhere respectable.
Well, depends. There's always well, I mean, if you can afford it, if you can get to the high town, you can go to the Emerald Oasis. It's high class, it's nice. More than likely, you guys are going to end up at the watering hole.
Sounds serviceable.
Watering
Yeah.
hole.
That's what they call it, serviceable.
What's our bill?
The gold for you, my friend. Levesque, yes? Did I say that right?
Oui.
Good. My big friend Nog here, that's going to be size, effort, work order here. New experience for me, but another gold piece for Nog. And for Henry, we'll call it, 4 silver?
Done.
My Willow, 1 silver.
Right, well,
Hand over, silver.
Good. All right, if we're done, if you need my services, I'm always at your disposal, day or night. I am always working.
I sincerely hope we do not.
Very well. If you're looking for some entertainment, you could always head over to the pit.
Yeah.
That we will do.
Or you can always head to the Coiled Cobra if you can afford it. He gives a bit of a chuckle.
Sounds like a place of sin. Well, yeah, places to go,
Shut up,
people to
Henry.
meet.
Very well, very well. Have a good rest. May you fare well, and may the djinn not flay your souls. That's a thing around here, by the way. As you guys pack yourselves up and leave, you collect outside, and you are all approached by a hooded and cloaked individual.
Oh no.
With 5 more rough-looking soldiers in tow.
Oh,
Lucian
Okay.
and Wolfram immediately identify the 5 individuals, the soldiers. They are part of the Bold Bastards.
Oh shit!
The cloaked individual pulls back his hood, revealing a familiar face to Luther. As you see, Oliver Walsh, one of the 3 apprentices of Magister Reyna Reichenbach. His robes concealed beneath a dark cloak, as well as the small guard of the Bold Bastards. Oh, the rumors are true. You made it, Luther. Oh,
Oliver,
it's been so long, friend.
it
I
has.
we thought we'd lost you in the storm.
I like Oliver. Question.
He's a bit of a
Your rivals.
he's a kiss ass.
Tell me about Oliver.
Oliver's a kiss ass. He's not
Okay.
very good
More than me?
as an apprentice. You outshine everyone apparently.
Thank
Yes, but he doesn't. He has the look of a commoner. He doesn't have the noble features. He's just not. He just doesn't have that
Of course.
attractive quality, one might
Poor.
say.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Only,
Only, you
but-
might say.
yes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
But you see him. His hair is like very tight, like cut to his skull. Very well kept, but very tight. He looks slightly disheveled, but other than that, he smells decent. Unlike the rest of you,
See he have red hair?
he does have red hair. What Lily has is red. Sorry,
Bunch of Weasleys.
bunch of Weasleys.
Basically, most Fire Wizards are red.
He says, the mistress will be pleased. We have a place. You all should
Oh.
come.
Yes, Mr. Serena.
And that's
I'm so
where we're going to
excited to
take
see
our
it.
first break.